Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me all right?
All right, we got Gunnar Nelson and Brian Barberena about to go down right now. If you're just joining us, let me know if my audio's good. I kind of just hopped on here. Want to make sure everything's good. All right, Gunnar Nelson versus Brian Barberena, UFC 286. Let's do this. I'm hyped. I love me some Gunnar Nelson. I love me some Brian Barberena. Two really exciting fighters. All right. Gunnar Nelson, typical karate stance. Brian Barberena is going to look to get inside and brawl with him. I'm worried for Barberena on the ground, though. Everything seems cool. Thank you, Russian named person. All right, so the audio's good. We are 30 seconds into the Brian Barberena versus Gunnar Nelson fight. They are in an open stance right now. Barberena's the southpaw. Barberena's already trying to land that outside leg kick, which is smart. That's the way you want to counter that karate stance, or one of the ways that you want to counter it. But Gunnar has very good distance management. About a minute into this fight, neither guy has really found their range yet. Although, as I say that, Barberena came close with a punch. Still throwing that outside kick there. If you're just joining the stream, welcome. We are watching Gunnar Nelson versus Brian Barberena right now. Should be a good one. I think Gunnar should be trying to take Barberena down. I don't think Barberena is a bad grappler, but that is definitely where Gunnar Nelson should have the advantage, is in the jiu-jitsu aspect especially. Gunnar Nelson was a championship level jiu-jitsu fighter in Europe. Gunnar Nelson just entered with a nice blitz and is now pushing Barberena up against the fence, landing some shots. This card has been decent so far. I thought that the Roman Dolidze versus Marvin Vettori fight wasn't bad. I thought Dolidze won actually, but I think all judges gave it to Vettori. He did land some good shots. All right, we still got Gunnar Nelson pushing Barberena up against the fence here. Just landed a nice knee. Yeah, you agree with me that Dolidze won? I mean, he was pushing the pace the whole fight. They were both landing, don't get me wrong. They were both landing shots. And I think it would have been a much easier fight for Dolidze if he was able to get it to the ground. But Vettori's wrestling defense is just really good, you know? And now, as I advised, Gunnar Nelson is getting Barberena to the ground, just lifted it up with a high crotch and put him down on the floor. He's on top half guard right now, looking to pass. And he probably will because Barberena's guard is wide open. And he is not doing the right things to get out of this right now. Gunnar Nelson only has about a minute and 45 seconds to work here, though, so he's got to make it worth something. Because I'm sure that that takedown took some energy. Mate Pavic says Gunnar Nelson by second round sub. On the Discord, that's what I actually chose for this fight as well. I think that Gunnar Nelson wins by second round sub. We'll see if we're correct. Right now, he's landing some good elbows from the top. He's basically mounted right now. He's in three-quarter mount. Dolidze needs a striking coach. Yeah, I agree. He had the reach advantage in that fight, and he kept throwing hooks and overhands. Oh, big elbow from Gunnar Nelson. And now he's working on a Kimura setup here. It's going to be difficult, though, because they are pretty close to the fence. Any submissions that are going to need a wide range of space are going to be difficult. Now he's switching to the Americana. He's creating dilemmas here for Barberena, that's for sure. Ooh, big elbows. It's not easy to land those elbows from this position, the way he has them flattened like this. You really have to be chest to chest when you flatten a guy out from side control like this, or excuse me, half guard. And he's still landing. And now he passes to mount. This is terrible for Barberena. This is terrible. And he's already putting his arms in positions that are going to get him armbarred while he's getting elbowed. Yep, there's the armbar. Here it comes. That's straightened out. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Big win for Gunnar Nelson. That was impressive. Did exactly what I thought he should do. He took Barberena down and he took advantage of his jiu-jitsu skills and the lack thereof for Barberena. And don't get me wrong, Barberena is a fantastic fighter, but Gunnar Nelson was clearly the superior grappler, and he must have known that going in. Excellent armbar from Gunnar Nelson. So yeah, I know I always kind of like jump into these fight companions here. So if you guys have any questions, or we'll kind of treat it as an ask me anything while we're in between fights here. 10 seconds left in the round. Yeah, I don't know, it was pretty epic. That was a nice sub. Elbows the whole time too. It wasn't like it was just grappling. He was beating him up. Beautiful transition into that armbar. That's textbook, that armbar from the mount there. I also have the UFC's audio muted right now because I don't want to listen to how DC breaks down jiu-jitsu moves, because it's just pathetic. DC has some all right, he has some all right audio quips about striking, and he obviously knows his wrestling, but whenever he talks about jiu-jitsu techniques, I just have to mute it because it's unbearable for me. Welcome everybody to the stream. Yeah, I kind of just get in these fight companions whenever I can, and as you can see, this room is pretty lit up right now because the sun's coming through my window. It's not very typical for a pay-per-view. It's usually in the dead of night that I'm watching this. So I took advantage of having some energy to do this. We don't see many Americanas as we do Kimuras. Why is that? Harder to set up or easier to defend? Well, that is because you can get the Americana from less positions. Or I should say it this way, you can get the Kimura in many more spots. You can get it from the bottom, and you can get it from the top, and you can get it from half guard, full guard, mount, side control. The Americana, you can get it in some tricky spots, but generally speaking, you can't get it from all the same places that you can get the Kimura. So it does the same thing. It attacks the same joint. It just puts it in a different direction, and it's just not applicable in as many spots as a Kimura is. But that's a really good question. And in terms of, is it easier to defend? Not really, other than the fact that the guy applying it can't get it from as many spots. But like when the person's trying to apply it, especially if you're on the bottom, you're kind of stuck with the dilemma of, do I give him the Americana? Do I give him the Kimura? Do I give him the straight armbar? If your arm is isolated like that, it's bad news, and your choices aren't very good. Yeah, of course, man. I am a jiu-jitsu guy after all. You can keep me talking about jiu-jitsu all day, every day. All right. Next fight is Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev. Now, dealing with Brazilians and watching Brazilians fight, I'm probably going to call him Rafael accidentally at least once, just out of instinct, even though he's definitely not Brazilian and does not pronounce his name that way. But this should be a very, very interesting fight. The battle of the leg kicks. Fiziev is very, very, I don't want to say traditional Muay Thai, because he isn't exactly traditional Muay Thai, but he is a Muay Thai fighter, and a lot of his techniques are, basic Muay Thai techniques. But he does some unorthodox stuff too. His defense is pretty unorthodox, and one thing that is very typical of a Muay Thai fighter is to throw a lot of leg kicks, and he will do that. He will throw a lot of power leg kicks, a lot of spinning techniques as well. Justin Gaethje, as we know, in terms of his hands, a little bit of a brawler. He's gotten more technical over the years, especially defensively. He showed that off in the Tony Ferguson fight, but and since then has shown better defense. But he, will tend to get into a brawl from time to time, even now. And his leg kicks are unique as well because he prefers to get in close, get into the pocket, even get into the clinch, and then throw leg kicks from there. He's very famous for doing that. So I think we're going to see an interesting fight here. I think it's going to be very technical in the first round for sure. And as these guys start to get tired, we're going to see how they adjust and adapt. Usually, Justin Gaethje has shown to be a bit more of a risk taker as he gets tired. Kind of just lets his chin do a lot of the work and then just gets in there with punches. So I think that's not going to be a very good idea against Fiziev. Even if Justin Gaethje doesn't get knocked out by it, I think Fiziev's going to stay technical the whole time, and he's going to eventually pull away with the fight. I think, like I said, the first round's going to be technical. It's going to be probably very close. And then the second and third round, you're just going to see Fiziev pull away with it with the significant strike count. So we'll see if I'm right about that. Horrible reflection with my glasses here. I don't need to see anything at the moment. No fights happening. We are in between fights right now. Mate Pavic says Fiziev by decision if he goes mostly to the head and legs. Late TKO if he remembers Justin is vulnerable to the body. Is he vulnerable to the body? I mean, I seem to remember him being hurt to the body, but I wouldn't say like he's vulnerable to it exactly. Not like a Brock Lesnar, where, he literally has something wrong with his stomach and, you hurt him there and it's not too difficult to do so. But, yeah, I can't remember Gaethje being overly weak to the body. Can't think of any examples, but if you got some examples, throw them at me. If you're just joining, welcome. We just saw Gunnar Nelson submit Bryan Barberena, and we are on to the next fight. What do I think was the best fight so far on this card? That was definitely the most impressive finish so far, I think. The Gunnar Nelson finish. Oh, Yanal Ashmuz, guy from Israel with the red beard, fought this guy Sam Patterson, who was literally a head and a neck taller than him, almost 2 heads taller than him, and caught the leg kick and just ended him. Muhammad Mokaev versus Jafel Filio was pretty good too. And I don't know how Mokaev didn't tap to that knee bar. I was like shaking my wife who was sitting next to me. I was like, oh my God, his legs bent backwards. And then he got up and started walking. I was like, maybe I was seeing things. Because if his leg got bent backwards like that, I don't know how he's walking on it, let alone wrestling with it. And he finished the fight moments later and then got up and started limping. And I was like, it was fucked up. It was bent backwards. I was so astounded by that. Very, very crazy. And then Lerone Murphy versus Gabriel Santos was pretty good as well. Poor Dusko Todorovic got a knee injury, like early on in the first round, so we didn't get to see much of that fight. Jake Hadley versus Malcolm Gordon. That was a good finish win by Jake Hadley. Sorry, I'm trying not to sneeze right now. All right, I'm good. Joanne Wood got the decision. Oh, excuse me. Couldn't stop myself from sneezing after all. We had a draw between Jai Herbert and Ludovic Klein because what happened? Somebody got a point taken away. I forget who it was. I think it was Jai Herbert got a point taken away for a knee to the groin that didn't even really look like a knee to the groin, so it was kind of surprising. And one of the most recent Ultimate Fighter winners, Juliana Miller, lost to Veronica Hardy by decision. She almost got finished a couple times, honestly, with the amount of strikes she absorbed. Veronica Hardy is the wife of Dan Hardy, former commentator for the UFC. Jack Shore got a nice finish against Makwan Amirkhani. I knew if it made it out of the first round, Amirkhani was not going to win. He's a one-round fighter. You know, he's got good skills. He's got good striking. He's got great grappling. But as soon as it makes it out of the first round, he just has no gas. The Jennifer Maia versus Casey O'Neill fight wasn't anything special, honestly. And yeah, here we are. Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev. Put my glasses back on. So some clarification, not vulnerable to the body like Cowboy or Brock were, just that his body is more open to shots. Alvarez opened him up with hard shots to the body before finishing him. You know, that is a good point. He doesn't protect his body as well as he could. So that could play a factor in this fight against Fiziev. Who do you guys got winning? Those of you that have joined us in the meantime. It's a very, very big fight at lightweight. Fiziev may honestly be the most technical striker at lightweight. He very well may be, with that Muay Thai experience. Ton of Muay Thai experience. I'll actually look him up right now. Rafael Fiziev. Let me see if it shows his kickboxing and Muay Thai record. It might not. He has a Wikipedia, so it might. Okay, his Muay Thai record. Show me all the fights. I'm not counting these right now. Okay, kickboxing record. 39 wins, 29 of them by knockout, and 8 losses. That's pretty fucking crazy. Now, has he beaten anybody of note? Well, he won one fight. Excuse me, he won 2 fights against guys that have their own Wikipedia pages. And the only other person that has their own Wikipedia page that he's fought, he's lost to twice. And they look like Thai fighters. Yeah, they were all Thai fighters. So, I mean, that says something. The only guys that you've lost to are guys that have, you know, trained since the age of 6 in the jungle kicking trees. So, no shame there. And his only losses in kickboxing / Muay Thai have been by decision. 3 losses, all by decision. And only one of them unanimous. I mean, that's incredible. That's incredible. His amateur Muay Thai record was 4-1. He was knocked out in his last amateur fight, though, which is interesting. And that is his only recorded knockout. No, I'm sorry. He has 1 loss in mixed martial arts from Magomed Mustafayev. Wow, that's surprising. He lost by spinning back kick and then punches afterwards. Why don't I remember that? Does anybody else remember that? See, this is why I love studying fighters and making the, you know, how good is their striking, how good is their grappling videos, because I'll like have a good idea of what the fighter can do in my mind before, you know, I really dive in. And then I rewatch all their fights as part of what I do to kind of study them. And then I realize, like, holy shit, I don't even remember this fight. And, you know, something crazy happens. My camera quality is kind of shit right now. Let's see if I can fix that. Fix that before this fight starts. that's not what I want to fix. I want to fix the video here. Configure video. We got Fiziev and Gaethje walking in the ring right now, or walking in the cage, I should say. Figure video. All right. There we go. That's a little sharper, right? Kinda, sorta, not really. I'm using my shitty camera. My other camera, my good camera, it just doesn't have enough juice, man. Doesn't have enough battery for a long live stream like this. And like when I plug it in, it doesn't really help. So I gotta just use the webcam. Oh well. All right, Rafael. See, I did it. Rafael Fiziev is getting announced right now. 5'8". 5'8". How tall is Justin Gaethje? I feel like Gaethje's taller. I feel like I'm gonna guess Gaethje is 5'10". Let's see if I'm right. I don't remember. Let's see. 5'11". Yeah, he's much taller than Fiziev. Fiziev usually comes in with a little bit of a height and reach disadvantage. Do you think that Justin's chin is begging to give out? Oliveira was never known as a huge striker, huge power striker, I guess you're trying to say, but he hurt Justin on multiple occasions. Yeah, honestly, he's taken a lot of damage over his career. I wouldn't be surprised if that chin's starting to give out finally. I mean, he's been hurt in pretty much every single fight he's ever fought in the UFC. With the exception of maybe the Edson Barbosa fight. I don't remember him getting rocked in that fight. Or the James Vick fight. But those are fights that he dominated, you know what I mean? Like, every fight that has been close, he's gotten rocked in. Like, his very first fight was against Michael Johnson, and he got rocked bad in that fight, you know? All right, here we go. If you're trying to link up your stream with mine or, you know, match it, I'm going to tell you the times. They just touched gloves, and we are 5 seconds into the first round. Fiziev versus Gaethje. Fiziev already throwing kicks, missed on both of them. And he is throwing a switch kick from the orthodox stance is what he's trying to land with. So interesting. Oh, big power leg kick from Gaethje, and he wound up on that too. And was able to still land it. That was nice. He almost off-balanced Fiziev. Fiziev kind of switching his stance here and there. Right now they're both orthodox. Yeah, Gaethje with the definite height and reach advantage, no doubt. Missed with that leg kick, did Gaethje. Fiziev seems to be pressuring a little bit more with the footwork. Keeping Justin to the outside just a little bit more. Gaethje threw a switch body kick that was blocked. Both guys still trying to find their range a bit. Fiziev throwing a lot of fakes, and he missed with that leg kick there. Again, trying to throw that switch leg kick. Threw a nice teep. That was probably his most significant strike so far. He's getting out of the way of Justin's leg kicks now. Nice switch body kick by Fiziev. Tried to follow it up with strikes, but Justin got out of there. Nice teep into the left hook. Grazing shot. Oh! Fiziev just ate a huge leg kick, but he landed some strikes. Oh, they're getting wild now. Wild exchange. Fiziev got the better of that one. Landed a nice right hook. If you're just joining, we got Gaethje versus Fiziev right now. We are at 3 minutes in the first round. 3 minutes left in the first round. Oof. Both guys landing with hooks. They clinched, and Fiziev landed a knee on the break. Fiziev switches the stance now and ate a right hook for his trouble. So he switched back. Good fight so far. Good action. What we kind of expected from these guys. Gaethje ranked number 3 and Fiziev ranked number 6. So this would definitely put Fiziev in the title picture if he won this fight, without a doubt. Closed the distance, but Justin got out of there. Justin throwing some fakes now. They're right in the center. Landed a nice left hook, did Gaethje. Peeling each other out a little bit. Fiziev throwing some fakes with his legs and hips. Tried to go downstairs to Justin Gaethje's body with some hooks and some kicks. Now he's going upstairs. Gaethje seemed to block all of it. Nice leg kick again from Gaethje, that time while Fiziev was trying to throw a kick of his own. And they're still getting down with these exchanges, man. When they're throwing punches, they are throwing everything into them. Ooh. Hooks landed by both fighters. Not a lot of straight punches being thrown. a lot of hooks in the pocket right now. Nice uppercut from Fiziev. He led with that uppercut too. It's interesting. You typically don't want to do that. Nice body kick by Fiziev, and he got out of the way of the counters. Whew. 1 minute left in the first round between Gaethje and Fiziev. Missed with that leg kick. Gaethje got out of the way of it. They probably both just drilled checking those leg kicks and avoiding leg kicks their entire fight camp. Gaethje goes for a takedown. Interesting. Wasn't able to get it, but he landed an overhand right on the break. Fiziev is making it a point to attack the body with kicks. Big leg kick from Gaethje. My goodness. Gaethje's definitely having more success with the kicks, at least to the legs. Fiziev pushing the pace here, getting Gaethje close to the cage. Might be setting something up. He goes for a knee. It's hard to tell if it landed. He ate a big leg kick again, though, and now they're in the clinch. Ooh. A little bit of a flurry on the break, and that was the end of the first round. Man, it's hard. It's hard to keep up with that as like a commentator. Like when the action gets crazy like that. What do you guys think? How am I doing? If you're just joining, welcome. We are in between rounds, the first and second round of Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev. It was hard to tell who won that round. Gun to my head, if I had to choose, I would say Justin Gaethje, because he did land with some punches, and he landed with some heavy leg kicks. Fiziev definitely landed some good shots. Right now they're showing off a knee that he just landed. But I would say his strikes were a little less effective. So I got Gaethje up by 1 round so far. I should try out as a commentator for the PFL. Yeah, I don't know, man. They got some pretty high-level commentators there. They got Randy Couture. They got Kenny Florian. PFL is good, man. They don't fuck around. They got some good guys. I don't think they're looking for guys like me. But I'm trying my best here. All right, we are at 4 minutes and 45 seconds left in the second round. Fiziev switching stance, and now he's talking to Justin Gaethje as he's throwing a left hook. Gaethje got out of the way. Big body kick landed by Fiziev, and now they're in the clinch, and Fiziev lands a hard elbow on the break. Beautiful. Honestly, I think that Fiziev holds the advantage there. He might run into a problem with Gaethje's leg kicks, but honestly, he's running into a problem at this range. So if you're going to eat leg kicks, you might as well get into the clinch where you're probably going to land more shots because of your Muay Thai experience, you know? At least that's my 2 cents. Welcome. We're at 4 minutes and 5 seconds left in the second round. Big knee just landed by Fiziev. Fiziev definitely seems to have a speed advantage. Just kind of grazing shot landed there by Gaethje. They clinch again. Let's see if Fiziev throws from here. He's got double underhooks, not optimal for when you're trying to throw elbows. Spinning elbow attempt from Fiziev missed. He's complaining about an eye poke right now. I didn't see it, but I do see a little bit of a cut under Fiziev's left eye. Let's see. They were kind of clinching. They broke. Ooh, yeah. And Gaethje definitely got him with the eye poke there. Ooh. And they're back at it. Fiziev throwing a lead elbow. Switching stance. Ooh. Just had to block a big head kick from Gaethje. And that eye still seems to be bothering him. He's kind of wiping it still. He probably should have taken more time to recover from that. Big leg kick landed by Fiziev. That was his best leg kick of the night. Still wiping that eye. He should have taken more time, man. Should have taken more time. You get 5 minutes for those eye pokes. Got out of the way of Gaethje's counter there. Ate a big leg kick. Fiziev's doing a little bit better in this round in terms of like significant strikes, I think. Got out of the way of Gaethje's switch kick. Wow. So that was a beautiful exchange there. Left leg kick or left body kick landed by Fiziev, and then Justin answered with a huge flurry of punches. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left. Big uppercut and knee from Fiziev, but he had to eat a flurry of hooks after that for his trouble. Good fight so far. Good fight. Nice teep from the European there. Or is he Asian? Where the fuck is he from? I thought he's from Kyrgyzstan. I don't know where that is. I know it's a former Soviet bloc country. Oh man, he's eating some hooks right now. But he didn't have a Kyrgyzstan flag when he came out, so I don't know if he's got like dual citizenship. I don't know what the hell's going on with him. Minute and a half left. Justin is faking the takedown. He actually committed to one in the first round, which surprised the hell out of me. Fiziev landing more body shots. Mate Pavic called it before. He's attacking that body. There's a lot of teeps. A lot of teeps and a few knees is mostly what that body work has been. Fiziev definitely still pushing the pace though. He's had Gaethje on the back foot more than the other way around, and he just landed a nice rear leg kick. But Fiziev is more marked up than Gaethje is. Oh, big leg kick landed by Gaethje. Yeah, Fiziev has cuts under both eyes now. At least that's what it looks like. He has blood under both eyes. I don't know where it's coming from. Gaethje doesn't seem to be too marked up. I think both guys got nose jobs before this. So, they should be able to breathe better. 21 seconds left in the second round. And I honestly expected Fiziev to be a little bit more aggressive with his kicks. Like he's thrown a lot of kicks, but he hasn't, I don't know, I expected, I guess, some head kicks and maybe some spinning kicks. And that's the end of the second round. But he has only attacked the body mostly and a little bit of the legs so far. I think that was a much better round for Fiziev. You know, Gaethje definitely still had his moments, especially that exchange that they're showing right there. But I think Fiziev won that round, so I think we're 1 round apiece, honestly. Oh yeah. Fiziev is marked up under both eyes, and his right eye is kind of swollen as well. That's not even the one that got eye poked. Justin Gaethje looks fine. No cuts or nothing. So if we're going off aesthetics alone, Gaethje's winning. Still a good fight, though. I think it's one apiece. You tell me if I'm wrong. Yeah, in between fights, I will definitely answer your questions, ladies and gents. All right, third round starting right now. 4 minutes and 54 seconds left. They're in an open stance right now. Fiziev choosing southpaw. Not sure what he's doing from there. Every time he switches stance, he does not throw, so I'm not sure what he's looking for. Oh, big right hand from Fiziev, and a body kick, and another flurry behind that. Wow, that was definitely the biggest strike of the entire fight so far, and now he's getting aggressive. I don't know if he just hurt Gaethje there, but he's kind of stumbling a little bit, and now he's throwing and whiffing big. Gaethje seems to be compromised. They're in the clinch right now. Fiziev trying to throw knees, trying to throw shots on the break, but Gaethje beats him to it. Good head movement by Fiziev there. Fiziev probably trying to build off that. He comes in and gets hit pretty hard by Gaethje. Now he's throwing the teep. Switching his stance back and forth again. Gaethje throwing some nice fakes, showing some good footwork. Nice body kick by Fiziev. Gaethje is ducking his head low a lot, and that's what's causing Fiziev to miss. I'm surprised that Fiziev hasn't anticipated that a little bit more with like uppercuts and knees. Again, Gaethje ducks his head and gets out of the way of the punch. Gaethje coming back a little bit, throwing some good shots. And he's going for the takedown. He might get it here. He's in on this single. Fiziev balancing, and Gaethje gave it up. It's good that he's keeping him guessing, though. Smart of Gaethje. It's one of the rare occasions where Gaethje has the grappling advantage, most likely. And certainly the wrestling advantage. Nice jab by Gaethje. Double jab, triple jab, landed beautifully. Fiziev having a hard time with that jab now. Gaethje's just sticking it out there. He's pretty much landed it every time he's thrown it this round. Fiziev coming forward. Oof, getting stuck with the jab every time. Big swing and a miss by Fiziev, who may be getting tired at this point. Body kick thrown by Rafael. They get in a little bit of an exchange there. Both land. Gaethje has all of a sudden just figured out how to jab, and it's working for him. Fiziev slipped that one. Oof. Nice combination by Gaethje. And again with the jab. Oh, big overhand right from Gaethje. Both guys showing off their chins. It's a great fight right now. We got 1 minute and 45 seconds left. Uppercut lands for Gaethje. Body kick from Fiziev, and both missed their punches. That jab is the story of this third round for Gaethje. But Fiziev did land with the most significant punch of the fight right at the start of the round. And now they're both landing in these exchanges. It's going to be hard to score this. Got 1 minute and 15 left to figure it out. Gaethje got himself off the fence. Oh, nice uppercut and tight by Gaethje. Jab, uppercut, land for Gaethje. Fiziev was not able to counter. They're in the clinch again, and they break. Fiziev coming forward. He's determined, but he's bleeding bad. He's getting hit with the jab, and he's whiffing on more shots than he lands with. Oof, both exchange right hands. That seemed to be significant. Good fight, good fight. 30 seconds left. They're both still landing. Fiziev has got to slip that jab, man. He's getting busted up by it. He's running face first into it. 20 seconds left. Fiziev leads with the left hook. Right hand, knee from Fiziev, all land. Oh, couldn't get out of the way of that uppercut again. Oh, Justin Gaethje's in on this takedown, and he gets it. Nice double leg to end the fight for Justin Gaethje, and that may have sealed the deal for him. Excellent fight either way, though. Does a backflip off the cage. Seems to be convinced that he won. I would tend to agree with him. I think he won the first round, won the second round. Third round was looking a little rough for him until he started landing that jab, and then he kind of ran away with the third round. Big, straight right hand, right on the chin, kind of stumbled him backwards. But after that, I mean, Fiziev had one or two more good flurries after that. But after Justin started landing that jab, my goodness. Oh, he was getting busted up. His eye was all swollen. There was blood everywhere. Looks like there's snot coming out there, too. Uppercut was landing. Oh, and of course they got to do a fucking slow-mo of the snot again. Lovely. Good fight. Good fight. And Gaethje showed that he is a strong gatekeeper for the division. Look at that. Look at that cut above Fiziev's left eye. My gosh. So Gaethje had more significant head strikes. Fiziev had more significant body strikes. And then Gaethje got that takedown at the end of the whole fight. Smart. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's see who won. I'm calling it as Gaethje. Right now he's screaming into the crowd. They're telling him to come back so they can announce the fight. All right. I can't hear what the scores are because I have the shit muted. Let's see. Gaethje looking around. Maybe one of the judges scored the fight for Fiziev. But yeah, Gaethje won the fight. Good shit. Good shit. Now we just got one more fight to go. I'm stoked. If you're just joining, welcome. I don't usually do these fight companions, but when I do, try and do them for these bigger cards. I would have liked to have done one for the Jones versus Cyril Gane fight, but I had something going on that day. All right, Sideshow Rupert. If you could change any rules in the UFC, what would they be? Honestly, they would be mostly related to grappling. I think stand-ups are stupid, and they're just rewarding and biased for the strikers of the UFC. And pretty much the only reason it's in place is to appease the casual fan who does not understand grappling. And that's on them. I mean, I know that UFC is a business and, you know, you want to get more eyes on the sport and this and that, but I think we've developed the sport enough and enough eyes are on the sport to where it's like you shouldn't cater to the casual fan anymore in terms of the rule set. You know, if you want to cater to the casual fan in terms of promoting, in terms of matchups, I totally understand that. But when it comes to the rule set, let the fight play out the way the fight is going to play out. You know what I mean? Don't alter it and don't bastardize it by standing them up when things get boring. When things get boring in striking exchanges, do you make them sit down on the floor? That wouldn't make much sense, would it? You know, Rose Namajunas versus Carla Esparza. I would have loved to have seen those two ladies just take a seat on the floor and start grappling. Probably would have been more of an exciting fight, quite honestly. But yeah, that's one of the main rules that I would change is stand-ups. I don't think they make any sense. Another one would be the 12 to 6 elbow. That's another dumb one. All right, what else we got? I need my glasses to read these. It's just a real bad glare from my glasses going on right now. Maybe Fiziev keeps himself at the distance because Justin showed him he was a more powerful puncher than the wrestler. Yeah, you could be right. You could be right. What's your opinion on shin pads, headgear, less rules, headbutts, and soccer kicks? Shin pads and headgear are already used in certain amateur leagues, and in some states they are required. I know that. Less rules, it depends on what they are, but I agree with that. I want it to be as liberal of a fighting sport as it gets. Headbutts, I think, are dangerous. I think that CTE and head trauma are prevalent enough. You don't need another way of making that happen. Are they a legitimate technique? Yes. I would never argue against that. Lethwei has proven that. Lethwei is like Muay Thai, but they go bare knuckle and they allow headbutts. But I would bet money that the long-term damage suffered to the brain is more significant in sports that allow headbutts. You can get CTE from using your head on soccer balls. Soccer players, football players, whatever you want to call them, get CTE from hitting their heads against the balls. So yeah, ramming your head into another human being's skull will definitely give you brain damage. MMA gives you enough brain damage. You don't need to make it any worse. Even if you had headgear. Headgear does not protect you against brain trauma. It does not. It does not protect you against concussions. The only thing it protects you from is superficial damage to your head and your face. Okay? So if you're throwing elbows and you don't want anybody to get cut, headgear makes sense because elbows tend to cut people and you don't want to cause those types of cuts. But that is a myth about headgear. It does not protect you against concussions. I don't even think it lessens the likelihood of concussions. If anything, I've seen studies that it makes it worse because now you have a bigger surface area that can be hit. They don't even have to hit you square on the head. They graze against your headgear, and that can give you a concussion. So yeah, I disagree with headbutts. Where was I? Shit, I lost my spot. Oh yeah, and soccer kicks. Soccer kicks are dangerous, man, and I've argued in favor of soccer kicks before, but I'm starting to get away from them because, and this is the reason, against a fighter that can protect themselves, I think they are fair and valid, right? So you have a guy that, he pulls guard or something, or he was in guard and then the other guy stands up above him. Now you have to protect against soccer kicks. I like that. I like the idea of that. But here's where you're going to see soccer kicks the most. It's not when the guy's fully cognizant and protecting himself. It's going to be when he gets knocked down from a punch, his limp body falls to the floor and is unable to track his enemy, right? And his enemy walks around and soccer kicks his already concussed head. That's what you're going to see if soccer kicks get allowed. So on the one hand, I do agree with them, and on the other hand, I don't want to see them because it's just going to cause otherwise clean knockouts to be grisly, dark things that you don't want to quite see. And right now they are announcing the Pereira versus Israel Adesanya card, which I think takes place pretty close to my hometown too. I think that one's in Newark, New Jersey. It's only about an hour and a half drive from me. I'd love to see that. I've never seen a UFC fight live, man. I've seen PFL live, I've seen Bellator live, but never UFC. The tickets are always too expensive. What else we got here? You guys agree with me on the grappling rules? considering the quality of your content, how come you don't have a bigger following? This channel should blow up because of your breakdowns. Yeah, I don't know, man. It might, I mean, thank you, first of all. It might have something to do with my inconsistency, though. I am a bit inconsistent. I have a full-time job. I'm a father of two. You know, I have a loving wife, and I got to spend time with them. I got to work. I got to take care of my responsibilities. So it's difficult to keep up with the videos. You know, I'm lucky if I get one good breakdown done per month, and then like content, extra content like this is increasingly difficult to do. And if you want to be successful on YouTube, you have to be consistent. Now, technically, getting out one video a month is consistent. I'm consistently doing that, right? But being frequently consistent, I guess, is the phrase. That's the right formula to be successful on YouTube. We got a little bit more time left before Usman and Leon. So if you have any more questions, go ahead, shoot them at me. I'll ask questions about anything, but obviously the martial arts related ones will be easier for me to answer. This fight is in London, and it's still a little bit bright out here. I live in Pennsylvania in the U.S. It's on the East Coast of the U.S. It's about 7:15 right now. So it's I think London is like 5 hours ahead of me. So it's probably about midnight there. Sounds about right. Oops. All right. Our sole title fight of the night coming up soon. Those of you that are watching, give me a like. I really appreciate you guys joining me for this live stream. I know I don't do them very often. They're showing highlights from Leon versus Usman 2 at the moment. And a lot of people forget that. They all know that the head kick happened, obviously, but Usman got taken down for the first time in his career in this fight. In the first round, Rocky had a good first round, man. He had a good first round. Took Usman down, took his back. If he had a little bit more time, we might have been talking about a different kind of upset. Who do you pick for the final fight? For me, Usman by unanimous decision, mostly using the jab to set up the takedowns and controlling Leon. I completely 100% agree with you. I think that Usman is going to make the correct adjustments to avoid that head kick, and do what he does best, and do what he's done to Leon already for the majority of the time that he's fought him in both of their fights. He's going to wrestle him, and he's going to wrestle him well. Now, of course, Leon's a smart guy. He's got a good team. He's very technical, and he will be looking for other techniques besides that head kick, I'm sure, that he'd like to set up. But I don't know. He threw a lot of techniques at Usman in the second fight and wasn't able to capitalize on him. You know, he set up that head kick beautifully. You know, but all his other striking attempts did not have much effect on Usman. He pretty handily avoided them and defended them. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Rakhmonov, Chimaev, Nicol. Who will be the champ? Possibly all of them at different times. I mean, Nicol probably the last of the three to earn gold, because he's much greener in terms of experience in the cage, at least, and also just he's newer to the UFC. But Chimaev and Rakhmonov, man, if those guys never fight, I'll be astounded, because they are the perfect matchup for each other. Now, the reason we might not see them fight is because they are a different weight class now. I believe Chimaev has officially moved up to 185. I could be wrong about that. I know that Dana said he's going to be exclusively 185, but we'll see. We'll see about that. If he stays at welterweight, then they have to fight at some point. They have to. They're on a collision course with each other. And all of them have they're so well rounded. They've got the striking. They've all three of them are astounding grapplers. Rachmanov may be the better striker out of the three mentioned, but they're all astounding grapplers. And Bo Nickel can strike, man. He's not super technical yet, but he's dangerous. You know, I've seen him knock people out before. What else we got? They're just starting the walk-ins right now, so we got some time for some more questions. David Riffle, welcome. If I'm Usman, I wrestle the whole 25 minutes. Yes, I agree. Turn into Snoozman and have an easy return to champ. Yeah, I mean, like, he really should just be looking to win that way. I'm sure a guy like him may want to make a statement, and really, you know, because if you finish the guy that finished you in a big upset, that's a statement. You know, that's a way to say, hey, I'm back. I had one fuck up, but it ain't happening again. You know, but we'll see. Usman walking in right now. Usman, easy victory in my pick. 75% controller of the fight. Yes, I agree with you, Rupert. Usman can grab Rocky's tiny waist with one hand. He does kind of have a tiny waist. He's got that superhero body, you know, his broad shoulders and then just tiny waist shaped like a upside down triangle. Now that Izzy isn't a champ at middleweight, and let's say he doesn't recapture his belt at UFC 287 against Pereira, or Pereira, however you pronounce it, do you think that Usman moves up and challenges Pereira? Possibly. That's a good money fight, but that wouldn't be very smart of Usman, I don't think. Maybe it would. I don't know, because he's definitely got the grappling advantage, right? That's like a given. And Usman is a big 170 pounder, but it's not like you're moving up 10 pounds in weight. You're moving up 15 pounds in weight, and you're doing it against probably the biggest middleweight that has ever existed ever in the sport. He is massive. He makes light heavyweights look small. I don't know how he cuts all that weight. And not just that, he's probably top 3 best strikers in the sport right now. Like, if I was Usman, I'd make that a hard pass. What is your opinion on monthly fights? My opinion is I love it, personally, but my wallet does not. Fun fact, yeah, I make money on YouTube. All of it goes to just buying the fights to watch them. I mean, I get a little extra, but most of it goes to just funding my insatiable urge to watch fights. And yeah, I know I could watch the illegal streams or whatever, but they're unreliable. And when I do a fight companion like this, I gotta make sure I have a good stream. I can't be in the middle of a fight companion and the stream dies or something, right? Or I lose it, or it gets blocked or banned. So I gotta buy the fights, and they're $80 fucking now. $80. That's insane. And all of it on an app that's a pain in my ass. I can't tell you how many times I have to log out, log back in, close the app, turn my Xbox off, turn my Fire Stick off, do all this shit just to get the thing to work. The ESPN app is garbage. 1 star. All right, Usman is officially in the cage. And we've got Leon Edwards walking in. If you're just joining, give us a like. Got one more fight. Aside from UFC, which is obviously number 1, how do you rank Bellator 1, PFL, Rizin in terms of the quality of the roster and structure? Best roster next to the UFC? Oh, that's difficult. It's between 1FC and Bellator, and I might give it to 1FC, honestly, because they have more Asian fighters. They have far more Asian fighters than the UFC does. And there's a lot of good Asian fighters. It's just you don't see them in the UFC because one has kind of cornered the market a little bit on that region. And there's a lot of people over there, obviously. There's fucking like 3 billion people over there just between two countries. So you got to think that there's some really good MMA fighters out there. So yeah, in terms of roster, I think ONE FC just barely edges it over Bellator. I think they also technically have a larger roster because they have a larger array of sports that they televise. You know, if you ever watch a ONE FC card, it's very rarely all one sport. It's, you know, grappling fights. They do a lot of jiu-jitsu special matches. They do a lot of Muay Thai. They do kickboxing. They separate the Muay Thai and kickboxing rules and championships. And then, of course, they got MMA. So it's a very broad spectrum of combat sports there. Right now, they're focusing in on Colby Covington, who weighed in as a backup for this fight. That would have been interesting. Leon Edwards about to walk into the cage. PFL's good, though, man. I've worked with PFL before. I've been to their events. They've got good fighters. And that is evident by the fact that you've got, you know, UFC guys that are a little bit past their prime, but still very good fighters, still very active, and some of them still pretty young that go over there and got their cheeks clapped, like, completely. So PFL has a good roster. Rizin has some good talent, but it's a little bit few and far between. And I honestly don't know why that is. Maybe it's because ONE FC gobbles up all the good fighters over in Asia. There have been some good ones from Rizin, though. You know, Yuri Prochazka fought in Rizin. Chrome Gracie fought in Rizin before he fought in the UFC. And he's coming back, and I am stoked for that. I am super excited for that. His last fight was, I believe, a fight of the night against Cub Swanson, where he frustratingly just did not grapple with Cub enough. And I think if he really made it a point of his game to take Cub Swanson down, he could have won that fight. But for whatever reason, he wanted to strike with Cub Swanson, I guess, to show off that he's a complete fighter, which I understand. You don't want to be a one-trick pony. But, dude, you're a Gracie, for crying out loud. Fucking take him down and submit him. Fights should be far cheaper, in my opinion. Like the empty cinemas, half the price, 5 times the guests. Yeah. I wish we could fund fighters more directly, not so much Dana and his investors. Yeah, kind of screwed in that regard. But they put together some good cards. Can't deny that. Covington in the crowd praying Leon pulls it off again. Yeah, I bet he is. I bet he is. And here we go. Come on, getting up there in age, man. 35 years old. If he can't win the title here, I don't know. I don't know how many years he's got left. And I'm sure he doesn't want to spend them as a contender. He'll probably look for the money fights after this if he loses. They are announcing the fights. Got my green here in the background. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Belated St. Patrick's Day, which was yesterday. Going to the parade tomorrow. Going to be drinking a little bit tomorrow. I don't usually drink, but on St. Patrick's Day and St. Patrick's Day weekend, I will drink. I'll have some Irish coffee tonight. Put a little bit of Bailey's in there. A little bit of whipped cream. It's good stuff. It's not coffee time yet, though. I'm not feeling too tired. All right, yes, it is time. Bruce Buffer doing his thing. I always love Bruce Buffer's suits, man. I wish I had a suit like that. Just walk around everywhere in it. I really would be like Conor McGregor. Just goes everywhere in a fucking fancy suit. If I had the money, or I just had a sugar mama or something. Usman being announced, his record is 20-2. Other than the Leon loss, his only other loss was by submission before the UFC. Got rear naked choked. does not have the best jiu-jitsu. So I'm not surprised by that. Could you imagine if Usman head kick KO'd Leon in London? Yeah, that would be special. I hope he does. All right, he's staring down Usman now. Staring down Usman now. They got real close for that announcement. All right, now they're announcing Leon here. I mean, Usman made a good point in the lead up to this fight, man. Like, I don't know if Leon's got some inner demons or something, but he needed his corner to motivate him to go into that 5th round. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, he gets mentally defeated a little bit. You know, you got to be mentally strong to be a high-level elite fighter like this. So I'm not trying to say that he's mentally weak. Not at all. But amongst his peers, he may be, that may be a weakness of his, you know? You out-grapple him and you just break him mentally, and you need your corner to kind of bring you back to life. Not a good sign. And here we have this awkward stare down where Usman's looking at his tits and Leon kind of just looking around, not knowing how to handle that. I wouldn't either. I don't know what Usman's doing there. All right, here we go. I'm going to try to give you guys the time. That way you can sync up the stream a little bit with what you're watching, or vice versa. If you're just joining, welcome. The fight is about to start. Main event, Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman, the trilogy. We are 5 seconds into the fight. They're in a closed stance right now. Both men are southpaw. Ooh, big leg kick landed by Leon. First strike of the fight, and it was a good one. Usman kind of throwing some fakes. Throws the jab out there. Both men throwing the jab a little bit. Trying to get a feel for each other here. Kick attempted by Usman grazed the hip of Edwards. Jab attempt from Usman failed. Leon throwing some good fakes right now. Some real good fakes. It's hard to say, you know, whether that loss is in the head of Usman. You know, he may be more susceptible to those fakes. He may overreact to them, you know, and bite on them a little bit too much now. Grappling attempt from Usman, shaken off by Leon. Though, you know, Usman didn't really commit to it too much, so I'm not sure what to think about that. About a minute and 15 seconds in here. Leon still staying to the outside. Throwing some fakes. Usman throwing some shot fakes, you know, faking that wrestling setup there. He's much lower in his stance than Rocky is, and he lands a nice little grazing right hook there on Edwards. Attempts a kick, but didn't set it up, and Leon got out of the way of it. Right hook from Leon lands, and the leg kick lands again for Rocky. Leon doing a good job of managing distance here so far. Although Usman still seems to be in the feeling out phase. He hasn't really committed to much yet. Jab from Usman. Blocks the teep. Fakes a teep himself. He's got Rocky backing up now. He's moving forward. Right hook lands, and he switches his stance to land the jab. He's back to southpaw. Both men in southpaw still. They exchange jabs, and Leon actually clinched up with him there to land a brief knee. They're separate again. In the center of the octagon, Usman pushing the pace, walking forward, eats a big leg kick, still moving forward. Interesting. Leon tried to again clinch with him there. Strange, and Usman got out of the way of it. Now they're in an open stance. Usman's got to watch that head kick from there. Doesn't want to duck into it. Yeah, he's faking the shot. He's faking the shot from orthodox. You know, wrestlers tend to shoot on their opposite side, which makes sense, you know, because when you grapple, you actually lead with your dominant hand. So I believe if Usman is left-handed, which I believe he is, he's going to shoot right better than he will left. Oh, big body shot landed by Leon. He throws it again. He's landing with the leg to the body. Oh, Usman chasing here. Landing some grazing shots. Usman coming forward with some strikes, and he is in on this takedown here. He's got Rocky up against the fence. About 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the round. Even if he gets him down now, he's not got a lot of time to work. Might be switching to the single leg any minute now. He's landing some knees to the leg of Edwards, and Edwards does a good job of circling out. And they are complaining right now. Usman is complaining. Maybe a shorts grab or a glove grab. They're saying that Leon hooked the glove of Usman. I didn't see it. Usman pushing the pace again. Getting out of the way of some kicks. Man, Edwards is actually looking bigger than Usman in this. Usman is a big welterweight. And maybe it's just because Usman is much lower in his stance, but like Leon even looks more muscular than Kamaru right now. Man, Leon is landing that rear kick to Usman's body pretty frequently. That had to have been the 4th time he landed it. Make that the 5th. Just landed it again. Leon is looking very good with his kicks right now. He attempted a flying knee and ate a left hook because he didn't really set it up too well. Telegraphed it. And that is the end of the first round. If you're just joining, welcome. Give me a like here. It's at the end of the first round with Usman and Leon, and I am doing my best to be a pro commentator right now. Let me know how I'm doing. For those of you that are relying on me for a radio style play-by-play. (10-9) Leon. I agree with that. Other people saying that Leon is going to gas. Maybe. When you're getting pressured constantly by a good grappler, that is exhausting. It's hard to keep up with. All right, we're about to start the second round here. Let's see how it goes. Whoa. That was weird. Usman started a little bit too soon at the start of that round, and Herb restarts it. We are 10 seconds into the second round. Nice leg kick landed by Leon. Usman stalking him, looking to throw some fakes with the hands now. He did a pretty good job at the end of that first round, leading with the hands, with a quick boxing combination, and then going into the grappling. It's classic setup for the wrestler. He needs to do that again. Leon's still moving pretty well, doesn't look tired yet. Good jab to the body by Usman, and he just took a kick to the cup. Lovely. Why do they want a replay of that? Herb just asked for a replay of it. And Usman said, fuck it, let's go. So here we are. I hope we don't continue this trend of petty complaining here. Usman is still walking Leon down. He still has Leon on the back foot. And as if he heard me, Leon is now pushing the pace himself. Just landed another nice body kick. Maybe he's using that to set up the head kick, When you're landing low kicks and body kicks for 3 or 4 rounds straight, and then all of a sudden you go upstairs, that may be the setup. The last head kick he set up with his hands. He may be setting this head kick up with a false sense of body kicks, and now both guys are landing with hooks. Lead hook by Usman. He's landing uppercuts now. Leon gets out of the clinch. Parried that jab. Leon switches his stance to orthodox. Both men are in orthodox right now. And now Leon is back to southpaw. Oh, right hand lands for Usman, but he ate a jab on the way in, and now he's grappling, and now he's got Leon's back here. One hook in. Unfortunately for him, it's not the correct hook. Well, it is. A hook is a hook. A hook is a correct hook, but it would have been better if he had the right hook in, because he just lost position. But now he's landing some good strikes in the clinch. And Leon got out of there smartly. Now Leon goes for a takedown. I mean, it's good that Leon's trying to mix it up a little bit, and he did land one takedown in the first round, but Usman was wise to this one. He sprawled on him, and now he's looking to take the back. He's almost there. He's got him in a bit of a cradle position. Got him up against the cage in a cradle position. Rocky he's doing the right thing. He's breaking the grips. He's trying to build back up. He's vulnerable to strikes here. Ate a few hooks, and now he's circling back out. Nice counter left hand from Leon. Tries the teep as well, but Usman he's just pushing forward, man. He is just eating all of Rocky's shots, no problem. Fake from Usman was met with, ooh, he almost landed that head kick. There was that head kick from Usman, or I'm sorry, Edwards. And Kamaru blocked it. Oof. Both men throwing some fakes here. We are at 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the second round. Both men going back to their fakes. Nice leg kick from Usman. And Rocky switched stance right after that. Usman having a much better round. Much better round. And it isn't just because of the grappling. He's had some success with his strikes as well. Now they're exchanging kicks and jabs. Leon faking that teep. So is Usman. Faking the jab. Leon switching stance back and forth. A lot of fakes being thrown. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. When you have two technical fighters like this, a lot of times it comes down to who's throwing better fakes. 1-2 missed by Kamaru, but he got Leon to back up, and now they're close to the cage. Let's see if he tries to grapple. Lead hook from Usman. He got countered, but he's coming forward still, landing good shots. End of the round. Let's see. And that's the end of the round. Okay. Good fight. Good fight. So now it's one apiece. I think it's one apiece now. Man, that body kick landing all day for Leon. I don't think Kamaru's blocked one of them. Oh, that was a big knee. I didn't even catch that one. That was a big knee from Leon Edwards in the clinch. Can't believe I missed that knee. That was the counter left from Edwards. I mean, Leon landed some good strikes, but, you know, they didn't show the replay of any of the grappling. The grappling was effective. The grappling was very effective. Kamaru was able to land some strikes up against the fence pretty effectively. Mate Pavic has it 20-18 Leon. I mean, I'm not gonna die upon this hill, but I think it's one round apiece at the moment. I could be wrong. We're heading into the third round, folks. Leon versus Edwards 3. Hey, look, it's Jason Statham. All right, start of the third. 5 seconds into the third round. Both men jabbing. They're in an open stance right now. Leon is southpaw. Nice kicks. Nice oblique kicks and stomps from Edwards there. Both guys using fakes very well still. Both guys still pretty light on their feet in this third round. Both are in great condition, as you might expect. Leg kick from Leon. Nice fake into the single leg, and he finishes it. Does Usman. He is in half guard right now, top half guard. Let's see if he stays here or chooses to pass. Right now, Leon is looking at his corner. He switches to a Z guard or a knee shield. Not the best for defending strikes, though. The Z guard is a type of half guard that you use to create distance so that the guy isn't smushing you anymore, and then you need to get right up from there. And right now he did not do that. He's actually trying to get up right now, but Usman's taking his back again, and he's just grabbed the fence, and they got to stop it because that was a big fence grab from Leon, big time. He's protesting right now, but they're going to show the replay, and that was a terrible fence grab from Edwards. About as blatant as it gets. He was on his way down. And, I'm not saying Leon is a dirty fighter or anything, but, it's kind of something that you do instinctively when you're falling to the ground. You grab onto something. But, yeah, he had his all 5 fingers in the fence, and it definitely prevented that takedown from taking place. So that's going to be a point. 100% that's going to be a point. Good call from Herb Dean. Now, it's going to be interesting. He took a point, so they're not starting him off in the same position, which I think is fair. Kinda. I guess. All right, so they're back in the center. Leon throwing some strikes, or some fakes rather, while Usman throws the jab. Right hook just grazes for Edwards. Good fakes into a leg kick from Edwards. He's setting up those kicks very well with those fakes, as you might expect. Usman trying to figure out a way back to grappling here, it seems. I'm sure Usman wants to make this. Oh, nice jab from Usman. I'm sure he wants to make this a 10-8 round instead of a 9-9 round. If we have a 9-9 round, now we're looking at draw territory once we get down the line. But if Usman can make this a 10-8, they're dead even going into the fourth, technically, in terms of points. They're in an open stance right now. Rocky is the southpaw. Usman just ate a nice kick to the balls, and he is complaining about it. I mean, that's going to kind of happen in an open stance if you're trying to land that inside low kick. Ugh. Yeah, that was definitely a ball buster. Okay, here we go. 2 minutes and 3 seconds left in the third round. And Kamaru is trying to find a way to make this round a definite 10-8. They almost had to stop the fight again for another ball shot. Nice knee from Edwards. I like how he sets that up. He throws the hook to get the collar tie, and then right into a powerful knee. Very Muay Thai-esque of him. Usman jabbing him up against the fence here. Let's see if he goes for a shot. Nice jab. Nice jab from Usman. Jabs to the body. He's using that to set up the takedown, no doubt. Nice right hand from Usman. But he's eating leg kicks non-stop at this point. Non-stop. Still moving forward, though. Still moving forward. He fakes, he throws the right hand, they clinch up. And Usman wants out of there. He doesn't want anything to do with the clinch, which is interesting. He doesn't even want it to set up his grappling. I guess he figures he's going to take too much damage there. And so far, that has been the case. Oh, big elbow from Usman. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Right from that clinch break. Well, he's shooting in now. Wasn't a very good shot. And there's only 30 seconds left, so... But I think maybe if he can finish a big slam here, he might steal the round. I really don't know. This round is really tough to score right now. Ugh, and Leon gets out of that position. Back to the center. Both men land the left hook, and that is the end of the round. How the fuck do we score that now? The point got taken away. Like I said, I scored it Leon for round 1. I scored it Kamaru just barely in round 2. Honestly, I think that third round was a 9-9. So I think we're still even going into the fourth round. But if Edwards won the second round, he won the second round. He would have won the third round if he didn't get the point taken away. I don't even know. What do you guys think? Everybody seems to be saying it's turning into Razor Raddock versus Tyson 2. I'm not familiar with that fight. I'm a pretty casual boxing fan. I'll watch the big cards, the big, cards of today, not of the past. I've watched some of Tyson's career highlights, but I don't recall that fight. Anyway, fourth round, 4 minutes and 52 seconds. Okay, Leon landing with some leg kicks early. Kamaru trying to enforce his jab. He's coming up a little bit short. Still unable to land with the jab, and he almost takes a poke to the eye there. They're in an open stance. Kamaru is orthodox. What is Kamaru listed as? Is he orthodox or is he southpaw? Because he spent the entirety of the first half of the fight in southpaw, and now he's switched to orthodox. I'm not sure why. Oh my goodness. He's coming forward aggressively with that lead hook. I'm not sure if he's trying to use it to set up the takedown. Because like I said, when they get into that upper body clinch, Usman isn't really keen on grappling there, surprisingly. It's really only when he gets up against the fence and where he can get underhooks. That's when he's interested in wrestling. But every other clinch exchange, he's just tried to get out of there, which is strange. I'm not sure what his strategy is exactly. But right now he's still pushing the pace, still kind of jabbing and poking away at Leon there. Tried to land the 1-2, but Leon slipped it, got out of the way, circled out. Good footwork being shown. Oh! Off-balanced Usman there with the kick, and now he's going for his takedown. He got back up pretty quickly. Leon failed to capitalize on that moment. Now, Leon is doing a good job of keeping Usman's hands separate. That is the difference maker in that wrestling exchange right there. He is causing Usman to basically be a one-handed wrestler, which doesn't work out very well for him. And we're back to the center. Leon pushing the pace a little bit here, coming forward, landing the body kick. Usman coming back, eating some leg kicks for his trouble. Coming forward, though. Landing the jab to the body. I think that's Usman's setup to the wrestling, really. Is jab up high, jab down low, and then the next one is a takedown. There's the jab up high, but Leon got out of the way. More leg kicks being thrown by Leon. I don't think he's really missed once with the leg kicks. I don't know how Usman's taken them, especially since his knees aren't very well kept together. Leon showing some good footwork. He's getting out of the way here. They both land the jab. Usman coming forward aggressively. He did not like getting hit in the face. And he's in on this takedown. He might get it here. His hands are connected, and he gets him down, but he was unable to keep him there. Edwards back up to a knee up against the fence. Kamaru trying to suck the legs out, but it doesn't work. He's still in the clinch here, and Leon gets out. Nice jab left hook from Leon. This is interesting, man. I'm very surprised of the lack of success of Usman's grappling right now. And he's back in on this double leg attempt. Leon once again gathers the wrist of Kamaru, stops him from connecting his hands. That's the secret here. That is what's working for Edwards. And again, he's able to get out of there. That's what it is. That's what he's doing differently in this fight to avoid these grappling exchanges. He's not letting Kamaru connect the hands. And usually the way guys do it is they get a deep underhook and they wrench the other guy's arm away to stop them from connecting hands. But Leon is doing it before. He's literally grabbing Kamaru's wrist and hand and just not letting him connect them. And again, we're in a takedown exchange, and that is the end of the round. Wow. I may be wrong on this prediction here. I think Edwards won that fourth round. So what is it again? I gave him round 1. I did not give him round 2. Round 3 was a tie probably, and I give him round 4. So he's up 2 rounds, and at best, Kamaru has 1 round. So the best that Kamaru can hope for in a decision at the moment is a draw, which is unacceptable because he will not win the belt if it's a draw. The best he can hope for is a finish right now. He needs to finish him. Or have a 10-8 round in this 5th. I don't know if that MMA math makes sense right now. I wasn't very good at math. Let's see if I'm right. Wrestling fakes from Kamaru. We are 10 seconds into the last round, ladies and gents. Open stance again. The latter half of this fight has been open stance with Kamaru choosing orthodox. He lands a good left and a right. Oh, big head kick right there. Partially blocked by Kamaru. Kamaru working his way inside with strikes, but Edwards has some good footwork, and he's in on this double. Let's see what happens. His hands are pretty close together, but Leon is addressing that at the moment. He's got a good wide stance. He's shown some good wrestling defense. Beautiful wrestling defense so far. He has nullified the hand of Usman. Beautiful. And a nice left hook and an uppercut that landed beautifully. Oh, and the head kick landed too. Usman showing off a fantastic chin. But that was significant. Those were some very significant strikes. Ooh. Nice exchange here. Both men landing. Nice elbow on the break from Edwards, who is now landing the jab and trying to clinch. Usman gets out of there. Now see, they're up against the fence again, and Rocky is again, he's addressing the one wrist of Usman. He's not letting him connect his hands together. But This strategy cannot be easily used in open mat takedown scenarios. So what I mean to say is Usman is not having any more success up against this cage right now because of the way Leon is defending. So he should switch to an open mat style of wrestling to avoid that cage and avoid that counter of Edwards. It may be too late in the fight now, though. We got 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. They're back out in the open. Rocky throwing some feints. Nice jab from the champion. Edwards is on the back foot, though. Kamaru moving forward. He's got to make something happen. Kamaru has to finish him if he wants to win this fight. He is down on the scorecards, in my opinion. Even with me being kind of generous. Oh, big knee landed from Edwards. Kamaru going for the takedown again. He's close. He's close. Nope. Edwards defends it again. Look at that. That is incredible. Incredible takedown defense from the champion. Big body kick landed, right hook. Kamaru landed some wild haymakers there, though. He's got to leave it all on the line here. He's just got to go after it. Still going for this takedown. He might get it. He's got both legs collected. And he does. He's got Rocky on his butt. But I don't know if he's going to be able to do much from here, though. He's almost back up already. Usman is behind him. They're in the clinch. Both landing knees. They break. Minute and 5 seconds left, folks. Both men landing with straight shots. Usman still trying to grapple. At this point, I don't know if it's going to win him this fight. He probably, honestly, he might be winning this 5th round. This is going to be tough to score. This is going to be real tough to score. How long left? We've got 40 seconds left in this fight. And Usman is pushing him up against the fence, but not really doing enough to win, in my opinion. He's tying up Edwards. They land both on the break. And here we are. 15 seconds left. Let's see what happens. Leg kick from Edwards. Leg kick from Edwards again. He blocks some punches. Edwards defending the takedown again. Elbow on the break. Body kick from Edwards. Body kick from Usman. He comes in with a flurry of punches. And that is the end of the fight. Oh, Lord. I need to write this down. I don't even know what's going on right now. I need to do math. I need help. I don't know how to do math. What is this? Is this an important paper? No. Life insurance. I don't need that. I'll write on the back. Okay, so 10-9 Leon in the first round, in my opinion. 10-9 Usman in the second round, in my opinion. 9-9 in the third round. 10-9 Leon in the fourth round. And 10-9 Kamaru in the fifth. Which means it's going to end up being a draw by my scorecards, which means Leon Edwards retains the title. Let's see. I got to turn my volume up for this. I hope I don't get a copyright fucking infraction for this if it picks up the audio. But I have to listen to the scorecards. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's see. Let's see if I was correct. But if Kamaru Usman did not win that second round, he did not win this fight. That's just what I'm thinking. I was kind of being generous to Usman by giving him that second round. he definitely showed off a fantastic chin in this fight. Edwards, you know, he took some shots, but I was really impressed by the takedown defense. Very, very impressed. That wrist control, man. All right, let's see. Only one fighter, or only one judge scored it a draw. Leon Edwards, the winner. Leon Edwards is the winner. As I expected, if this fight was not a draw, I expected Leon to be the winner by the end of that. Now, I did pick Usman to win. I did pick Usman to win by decision. So I was very, very impressed with Leon here. Incredible, incredible win. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today, tonight, whatever time it is. I don't do these often, but I try to give you guys a little bit of a heads up. I know I gave you guys only a few hours heads up here. Covington foaming at the mouth. Yeah, let's see Leon versus Covington. That'll be awesome. Let's see Masvidal versus Edwards. That'd be nice. But yeah, guys, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it, and I love doing these. I just wish I could do them more often, but I'll let you know the next time I'm going to do one. And, you know, if you're not subscribed, welcome. I don't usually do too many videos like this. I usually do, like, breakdown videos, so if you like that, subscribe. And if you don't like the breakdown videos, you know, just stick around anyway. I'll do these, you know, live streams time to time. So yeah, give the video a like, subscribe. New sponsor, guys, xmartial.com. You can get shirts like this, Live, Laugh, Leg Lock, you know, and you can get a lot of no-gi apparel as well if you like to grapple. I've got a discount code for you in the description. As always, I'm sponsored by Rev Gear as well, so check out their stuff. I've got links to both of those in the description. Check out the Patreon. It helps out the channel a lot, and I've got additional content on there. And you all have a wonderful rest of your night, and peace out.